So we're going to close this for now. Uh, Another great benefit of smart objects is being able to preserve Adobe Camera Raw settings and go back and change them even after you've edited, like added new adjustment layers and things. So let's open a raw file if you have one. If you don't, you can just watch. Mine are here, and I'm just going to choose, any old one. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm just opening it like you normally would without smart objects. So, you open the image after making any adjustments you want in RAW, and you'll notice that if you wanted to go back and make adjustments in Adobe Camera Raw, you couldn't because you've already done that. You have to close the image and reopen it. So, say I got a setting I really liked in vibrancy, I'd have to redo that later on in the new layer, and it'd be a big mess, especially if you've been working on it for a long time. So instead of having to do that, you can go to File, Open as Smart Object, choose a raw file, and I'm going to just choose this one, and you can make a big exposure change that, that doesn't that looks awful, but you know what I mean. Uh, and you decide you don't like it, you can just double click like you would with any smart object, and you can go back and you can reset it, and you can make any other changes you want in Adobe Camera Raw. And and it'll prepare your smart object like that. It might take a little time. And yeah. Another thing that smart objects add is extended vector support. So let's say we're gonna open an AI or an EPS or whatever in Photoshop like normal. Uh, this is just I think this is just text. Yeah. So that's this. So say we wanted to scale it up, or whatever. So I'm doing this, and let's scale it up a lot to really show. Okay. So at 100%, you can tell there's an extreme loss in quality in the scaled up version, even though it's a vector, but that's because there's not smart object support. So let's close this and reopen this as a smart object by going to File, Open as Smart Object. So we go to that, we bring it in, and we scale it up as a smart object. And this is 500% of the original image, and there is no loss in quality. It's completely vectorized, and that's a benefit of smart objects. If you wanted to edit this by double-clicking the smart object, you would go to that, and it would open Illustrator again. It would not again, but it would open Illustrator, and you could make whatever changes you wanted to make to that, and save it, and go back to your original, and you'll see it's changed. All I did was move it, and the position changed. So it basically works the same way as a smart object. You have to have Illustrator to be able to do that, but opening a vector file, even if you don't have Illustrator, will still preserve its vector quality by opening it as a smart object. And that's pretty much the gist of smart objects. Putting this into practical use, like personal use, you can obviously it's a big help in professional use and commissions, but personally, I use it a lot for stock images and Cinema 4D renders, because that way I can resize if I'm making a SIG, I can resize an effect render or whatever, and if I decide I don't like that size, I can scale it back up with no loss in quality. And that's just one of the many uses. And of course, the smart filters is a big plus, because you don't get that normal support with you don't get the extended support with a normal filter. Uh, and that's pretty much the basics. If there's anything I left out, or if you want to leave any comments, please let me know, and I can try to edit this video if need be. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. And stay tuned for more in our tutorial series. So thanks, and have a good day.